Well, it is Wednesday, which means it's time for the legal lowdown. This week we are heading south to Florida to talk about a love triangle turned deadly. And joining us again this week to offer her expert insight is attorney Lori Murray. Lori, let's dive in. This all comes down to three roommates. It starts with Eric Robinson, who used to date Isabella Tagliarini. The night of the murder in October of 2017, prosecutors allege Robinson found his ex-girlfriend in bed with the third roommate, Nicholas Wilcox. What do police believe happened next?
Oh, this is such an interesting case. It's really caught my attention. So, police believe, according to Tagliarini, because she's the one who turned him in, but police believe that Robinson came in, put his hand in one hand over her mouth and one hand over her throat, told her to leave the room, and then bludgeoned the roommate to death, the third roommate. They had a little bit of a love triangle going on. And then after that, he allegedly forced her to help him dispose of the body and cover up, clean up, all of these things. It's just a fascinating case.
Yeah, it is fascinating. Robinson is on trial for second-degree murder. He's there on the left-hand side of your screen. Tagliarini, who's on the right-hand side of your screen, is also facing charges. She actually pleaded guilty to some charges. Lori, talk to me about her alleged role in it all.
Well, that's the most interesting part of this whole case is because Tagliarini was there. She was dating Robinson. Robinson went to prison for something or to jail for something. We don't know what that is because they haven't said. But while Robinson was away, she started dating the other roommate. So Robinson gets out of jail. He's all jealous. So whenever he gets to the house, he allegedly forces her to help him do all these things. But there is video of her. The first thing is she says he makes her wait outside in the hallway where she does. Then he goes to the court and they put the body in the car and they drive the body to a courthouse where he has a court appearance. They drive it to a Publix. They drive it to a Walgreens. They drive it to a Big Lots. And then they eventually dispose of the body where she helps him do that. So the question has always been, how much of her role in this is accessory, which is what she pled guilty to, or actually helping, and actually, let me say this, accessory after the fact. So she's pled guilty to accessory after the fact because she called the police at the end of the day when he left. But there's a lot of people who believe that they together killed Nicholas, and I can't remember the last name of the victim. They believe that together they killed them, and not just that she was an accessory after the fact that helped clean up the mess because she was so scared of Mr. Robinson, her ex-boyfriend, she was seen kissing in the Publix on surveillance tape. So it's a lot of hot mess Florida down there.
Yeah, some people, believe that they did this together. Robinson's attorneys have a different theory. They say she did it herself. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, they've said that they said that the roles were reversed in this because obviously from the video surveillance camera, the two of them, Tagliarini and Robinson, were together that afternoon. So they definitely were in on some part of this together. So one of them, at best, one of them deserved the accessory after the fact for helping with the cleanup. So Robinson is saying that he deserved the accessory after the fact, but Tagliarini has already pled guilty to our accessory after the fact. So the police have chosen to believe her instead of Robinson. So it's mostly that she got the deal before he could get the deal, and his attorneys are saying, hey, you got it wrong.
Which now it kind of doesn't matter because she has pleaded guilty, and I know we're awaiting her sentencing. I believe you said she could face up to 5 years in prison. Now, for some, this trial, it might seem like deja vu. Well, that's because this case just ended in a mistrial. So what happened there, Lori?
So this case was going last week, and they sat the jury. The first witness that got on the stand mentioned that Mr. Robinson had a restraining order for the apartment, and that's why he wasn't staying in his own home. So that restraining order is a prior bad act, which cannot be admitted. We all know that from the Murdoch case. It's prior bad acts. You have to have permission from the judge. So as soon as that came out of her mouth, a mistrial was issued. The judge did a great job in seating a new jury that very same week, which was last week. And so we had opening arguments on Monday, and we expect closing arguments by the end of the week, or at least by Monday of next week.
All right, well, there is a lot to follow with this case now that it's now being retried. Thank you so much again for joining us this week, Lori. Now, we do have this trial in its early stages, but we will be sure to keep you updated on what happens. And make sure and tune in every Wednesday for the Legal Lowdown with Lori Murray. And for other cases in South Carolina and, frankly, across the country, like Florida, you have to know about, give @LawyerLori a follow on TikTok.
Now